let's get straight into this, man. I want to show y'all two separate videos, right? Matter of fact, let me show y'all how Democratic Party or white liberals use black people. They use us, man. They use us as their weapon. Let me play two different videos. It's the same video, but two videos I'm going to show y'all. And let's see if y'all can point out the difference.
We should not be giving black people the same vaccine schedule that's given to whites because their immune system is better than ours. Can you please explain what you meant?
There's a series of studies, I think most of them by Poland, that show that to particular antigens that blacks have a much stronger reaction. There's differences in reaction to different products by different races.
First of all, I didn't know that RFK Jr. sounded like this pit bull.
And so you ready to spread some love through our words?
Second of all, not a big fan of white people saying blacks or the blacks. Usually some nonsense follows or precedes. In this case, black people have different/better immune systems. I don't have time to get into why that's dangerous. But most of all, in an age of DEI, you want me to believe this is the most qualified person for this job.
So dangerous. I will be voting against your nomination because you're
the most qualified person in all of America to serve as the Secretary of Health and Human Services. Nobody else is a better fit, more qualified, smarter, black, white, Asian, Latinx, in anything. Of all the citizens of America, this is the most qualified person. That's what you want me to believe. Okay.
Here's the problem with these people, man. Now, this is a comedian that I follow. He actually funny. Shout out to you, brother. It's not trying to play you in a sense, but I find it weird that he didn't let the rest of the audio from RFK play out to see what he was saying. Him and his black lady kept cutting him off. So basically, in the video, he basically voiced over, so you couldn't hear the point of what RFK was saying. So now let's go to the actual video.
Without objection.
And finally, I want to ask you, I have you said you were on a show on February 26, 2021, an interview with Dr. Judy Mikovits, where you said the following, and I quote, "We should not be giving black people the same vaccine schedule that's given to whites because their immune system is better than ours." Can you please explain what you meant?
There's a series of studies, I think most of them by Poland, that show that to particular antigens that blacks have a much stronger reaction. There's differences in reaction to different products by different races.
So I have 17 seconds left. Let me just ask you then. So
how can he explain himself properly when she cuts him off? Here's the trick. They try to ask him a question, not let him finish his point, and then bring up another question or a statement and hope it sticks.
What different vaccine schedule would you say I should have received? What different vaccine schedule
Look at this.
should I have received?
I mean, the Poland article suggests that blacks need fewer antigens than...
This is so dangerous.
You get the same measles vaccine.
Mr. Kennedy, with all due respect, that is so dangerous. Your voice would be a voice that parents would listen to. That is so dangerous. I will be voting against your nomination because your views are dangerous to our state and to our country.
I mean, do you think science is dangerous, Senator? This is published, peer-reviewed studies.
This is the problem. I kid you not. She wouldn't let him finish his damn statement. But let me tell you what he was trying to say. He was trying to say, I remember when the vax came out and they had the mandates, they were literally targeting black communities first, saying they're going to be more affected. They're going to be more affected by the vaccine. We should give it to them first. So basically what they were doing is try to have black people as test dummies, basically. And he is saying, no, their bodies are actually more genetic-wise, doing research, is actually kind of better than ours. So they shouldn't get the same dosage that we get because it's actually harming them. If anything, you give them less because their bodies are naturally stronger. Studies show. It's what he's trying to say. And that they're the ones that will need that dosage. You follow what I'm saying? So my point is this. I don't understand how black people always been saying they trying to poison up with the vaccine, yo. They trying to mess up with the vaccine, yo. That's messed up for years. And then he kind of confirming the studies and black people are mad at him. This man, RFK, is God sent to the black community. And God sent to American people overall. He's God sent to American people overall. How many times black people have been saying something in our foods, man? They're putting something in our foods, man. The food is poison, man. Food is poison, man. Since back in the days until now. And RFK is exposing that. And y'all saying he's not qualified to expose it? Because he's not a scientist?
So maybe you wouldn't be too surprised to see that the ingredients include a lot of poisons, including a harmful yellow dye called tetrazine, or yellow dye number 5. What you may not know is that this dye was originally made out of the sludge that's left over when you turn coal into coke for blast furnaces. It's called coal tar, and I've actually sued many big industries for legacy contamination of coal tar all around the country because it's so toxic and it's so harmful to the environment and human beings. A century ago, it was just an obnoxious industrial byproduct that everybody was trying to figure out.
I don't got to be a scientist to understand how poison works. I don't got to be a scientist to understand the same product they put in the food is the same product you wash your dishes with. I don't gotta be I can read and know these chemicals can't be good. So let me explain. So I gotta be a math teacher to tell you 2 + 2 is 4. So I gotta be a crackhead to show you that, to tell you that crack is bad. I gotta be a doctor to tell you how HIV and AIDS work. So basically, this man who spent his life, a large portion of his life, doing research on the food products and showing people and telling people how it's harming American people. Other countries are banning these types of foods in their countries because of the chemicals they're putting in it. And he's exposing that some of these scientists out here are corrupt. He has been saying some of the scientists out here are corrupt. We need to replace those scientists with good scientists with a good track record that's not compromised. Because you got people out there that's saying, no, this food is absolutely good for you, but they're getting paid to say this. So he's exposing parts of the government and the FDA, and you're mad? Now y'all tell me who's the house Negro. Y'all tell me this. In the black community, all my black people right now who know that I'm telling the truth, can y'all please tell me if I'm lying? Black people have always said there's something wrong with the food. There's something wrong with the water. They're trying to poison us. There's something bad with the supermarkets food. They're selling us bad meats. The meat gotta be fake. The vaccines are no good for us. Our body is strong enough to fight all these diseases by ourselves. Black people have always said this. Now he's hinting towards it, and y'all try to make it seem like he's bugging out. And they use a black woman to challenge him. Because if he snapped back at her with facts, then, oh my God, he's racist. But then he sees the female, oh my God, he's sexist. They're going to pull that card. And her as a black woman should be ashamed of herself. To act like you don't know what the hell he's talking about. He was against COVID vaccines mandates in the black community. How can I be mad at this? And this is why I get mad. These white liberals or these Democrats, not saying the left don't not saying Republicans don't do it too. Not saying that at all. What I'm saying to you is when he was Democrat, because technically he is Democrat, y'all wasn't going this hard for him until all of a sudden he partnered up with Trump. Now y'all going hard with him. But he's been saying the same thing since before. He's been saying the same thing as a Democrat. Y'all wasn't blasting him for it then. But the minute this man goes with Trump, they try to blast him then. I just, to me, it just weird. This should be an eye opener, yo. It's why I don't trust comedians. It's why I don't trust rappers. I don't trust actresses, actors, when it comes down to politics. On either side. I do my own research because a lot of them people are fools. And my point is with the comedian right here, this guy right here is not a fool. I still salute you, brother, but you were just wrong on this one because you literally didn't. You helped paint this narrative that he knew what he was talking about, and why should we trust him over a scientist? So what? So by your logic, we also just trust Fauci. We should just trust Fauci because he's been in the game and he know what he's doing in the CDC and he know what he's doing. We should trust this guy who Biden had to pardon for mysterious reasons. We should trust him because with our food and stuff, we should trust him because now I don't gotta be a rocket scientist to understand cigarettes is bad for you. Although it's also FDA approved. I don't gotta be a scientist or a food health specialist to understand that Red Bulls are bad for you. Although that's FDA approved. Do that make sense? Because there are other scientists that actually agree what he's saying. There's actually research that proves what he's actually saying about the antigens in black people's bodies and how sometimes overdoses can hurt people, and also how the food is bad. So my point has been made.